everyone. Thanks for coming back to watch another one of my videos. I wanted to address a question that someone had about how do I know the things that I know about plant medicine. And interestingly, I've been, again, you all watched the video that I had on the plant medicine journey. I've been on the plant medicine journey for over 20 years. And I just wanted to um, show the where do I get my information from, especially whenever I make claims, because I'm a very evidence-based, data-driven claims. I'm that person that I don't believe it until I see it. I need proof. I need something tangible, which is so contradictory because on the spiritual journey, you just have to rely on blind faith. But how do I marry the two together? And so, one of the things that I wanted to show you all is that, you know, there is a scientific basis for many of the things that we use in the spiritual community or the things that we experience in the spiritual community. And so you have to remember that many of these spiritual practices have been around for thousands and thousands of years. And where do these things come from? And so, one of the interesting intersections in between um, the, I guess, the ancient and the modern is that science is actually helping to, in a sense, prove, right, that these things work and why do they work and how do they work. And so as I'm working on another portion of another course, I need to do some research. And so I just kind of wanted to throw you guys into the mix of what does that look like. And so I need to make sure that I'm saying things as accurately as possible. And so sometimes I do second guess myself. So I have to go back and I have to do a little bit of research to make sure that the thing that I read 20 years ago is maybe still the truth, or what are the updated advances on that topic, because some of these things I have not researched in a really long time. And so one of the things that I wanted to research was burning incense, burning sage, burning herbs, and their medicinal properties. And so I want to point out to you all that you will see a lot in certain spheres of Western medicine that says that there has been very little research. And this is where you really have to put on your Western medicine hat and your Eastern medicine hat, especially your Ayurvedic medicine hat, because a lot of doctors that I have spoken with and that have been friends with over the years, including the cardiologist that I saw, has said that there is no research to prove that anything plant medicine works. Okay, no research whatsoever, and so there's no proof, right? And so you can see that here. So WebMD, and I don't mean to call anybody out or call any website out. I mean, I use WebMD for a lot of herb and drug interactions. But I just wanted to point this out here, that this is where that division of the metaphysical and the spiritual and the physical have been divided, right? But I do want to point out to you that all of the research that I do and everything that I find comes from PubMed. And there are lots and lots of articles. So it's the National Institute of Health, I believe is what NIH stands for. But anyways, these are all studies that are usually either privately funded or they're funded by the government, and they're all published here. Again, this is a government website. It's a United States government website. And so you will see that there are in fact a lot of articles. So I was reading, let me see if I can find the sources. So any reputable um, sites or any articles that you read are going to have their sources listed at the bottom. And so you can see actually that a lot of these are coming from scientific journals. So the claim that there's no research. I mean, I even had a friend kind of call me out saying, herbs don't work and there's no research to prove it. And it's like, well, all of the research that I've done on herbs and their effectiveness have come through PubMed. So again, do research for yourself to find out if these things work or not, because again, here I am like doing this research, and then you like click this button and then it tells you the article that it comes from. And so you can see that actually, especially, and here's my frankincense and myrrh. This is what I was working on right now, is that frankincense and myrrh can be beneficial for depression and anxiety. I use them daily to help just kind of, lift my mood or lift my spirit, I guess you can say. Making sure that I'm using good self-care on a daily basis. And so again, you can see that there are, in fact, here's a science article, right? Like you can see that there are lots of these articles that are actually on this government website that have to do with plant medicine and their studies. And, the information is out there. You can find it, if you're skeptical, like I am very skeptical, I need proof, right? And so the internet is such an amazing thing. And you just go on and you just see frankincense and myrrh depression research study, and then there you go. Because I know that there was a study that was done some years ago. I just couldn't recall. And so I had to go on and I had to find them. So here's one of the studies that I had read way back from 2008. So, again, you all see that, and then here's, that article that I was reading. And so, go out and do your research. And then I just, for the sake of like driving that topic home, here is another article about using herbs and using herbs in different varieties and different modes. And so again, if you are the type of person that, you're just like woo stuff is completely unfounded in science and there's no scientific basis for it, whatever, or if you're hearing that from friends and family, encourage them to do their research, encourage them to go onto PubMed. So, again, pubmed.gov, type in literally any single thing and then see what comes up. There's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of articles that are going to come up on whatever topic you are interested in, and then read through some of that medical research. Okay. This is my number one go-to anytime that I'm doing research on anything that has to do with plants. And their medicinal properties. And then again, if it's something that I see as beneficial, I jump over to WebMD and I check for drug-to-drug interactions to make sure, because herbs do have drug interactions with pharmaceuticals. So you have to be very, very, very careful if you want to go the natural route. I always recommend, even though Western doctors are not trained in Ayurvedic medicine and they have no understanding of herbs, I always still consult with the doctor and I always let them know the other herbs and supplements that I'm taking, just to make sure that I don't end up in a situation where I'm making myself worse than I am better. So thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos. I always hope that you find this information to be useful and helpful. And, good luck to you on your plant medicine journey or your spiritual journey or your physics and science journey, whatever it is that you happen to be on. Take care. Hi. If you like the content that I create, please do make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And check out my website, naturallyinspiredmedia.com, and some of the other videos that I have produced here.